Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entretejidos Crochet. It's the start of a new month, which means that we have the everything I made or finished in January 2025. I feel like it's been quite a bit since I last filmed one of these, and that's particularly because in December, most of the things that I made were to gift away, and I sometimes may have forgotten to even take final photos of it. So yeah. Plus, the video, which I'll link up here, where I show everything that I gifted, kind of serves as like a sort of recap video. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let me show you everything I finished in January 2025. I almost said 2024. I'm still getting used to it. So, as always, these aren't in any particular order. I will just like bring them out, talk a little bit about them. All the details, like all the patterns, will be listed in the description box below. You'll also find the affiliate link because I mostly used Parfait Chunky for all my makes, mostly, because I did use Bernat Blanket, I did use Hobie Honey Bunny, and that sort of thing. So, let's get started. If you've been watching my videos for like the past month, you'll see her. I finished another Sailor Scout. This is Sailor Neptune, and I used these two, this blue and this blue, are from Hobie's Honey Bunny. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's their Honey Bunny colors. White and peacock with mushroom from, I forgot, from Premier Parfait Chunky. And the eyes were custom made by me. These are called Neptune, and they're on my Etsy if you like the color. So, I'll try and keep a tally of how many things I've made, because it kind of always happens. Like, whenever I think like, oh, I haven't made that many things in a month, and then I start pulling out things that I have either placed in my done box or have placed them to decorate the background or someplace else. It's quite a bit. So we have one here. In fact, let me go put her where she goes. So I put Sailor Neptune where she goes, and I brought over Goku, and he is another make that I finished in January. All the colors are from Parfait Chunky. This is black, shell, tangerine, and navy. And the eyes were also custom made by me. These are called Dragon. I don't recall if it's Dragon Warrior or Dragon Ninja. Although if it were Dragon Warrior, it would be kind of like Kung Fu Panda. So I'm pretty sure it's Ninja Warrior or Dragon Ninja. This pattern, as well as the Sailor Neptune, which is popped up over here, both patterns are from Woolly Tunes. I'm telling you, I just can't stop making her patterns. They're so well made. Each of the characters has their own little characteristic. It's amazing. It's amazing. Let me go put him back, because Goku was already gifted to my husband. In fact, my husband has been getting quite a bit of plushies lately. He got and I'll insert the picture here, he got the Naruto character that I made, and he also got, which I finally finished, this is Kurama, the nine-tailed fox. She is made, or he, I think it's a he is made in, this is the limited edition carrot color from Premier's Parfait Chunky, and I added the mask. I made it in pixie dust, black pixie dust, also from Premier Yarns, and the eyes are called Embers, also by me. And it took me about a month to make. Well, not to make. I made him in little bursts here and there. And then it took me a little bit just to sew everything on. The pattern is by that nerdy hooker. And then this is the pattern where I made multiples and multiples because I just fell in love with my own pattern and I just spoiled it. It's my own pattern. This is Lolita Ladybug and I couldn't stop myself from making a bunch of these. So this one is made with the Naughty Ball yarn in, I want to say pumpkin and sky blue. The eyes are also Neptune eyes by me. So we have 1, 2 Lolitas. This one is made with Bernat blanket in toasted birch and almond. And I use some felt eyes from Sweet Brie Creations. And just look, it's the same pattern. I did not add anything. It's the same pattern, but just look at this. Like, this one was made with a 4mm crochet hook. This one was made with a 7. So, same pattern, different outcome. Another Lolita, this would be Lolita number 3. And I used Hobie yarn in this bright purple and this, bright pink and purple. And the eyes are called Flamingo. They're my own creation and they're part of the Neons collection. Hello. Another Lolita, and I went crazy with this because I kind of wanted to make something of Lolita in every color of the rainbow, so to speak. So here we have a yellow and green one, and I used Hobie Honey Bunny with, this is Jubilee Yarns teddy bear yarn in green. And she just looks so adorable. And the eyes are felt eyes from Bruncesca Designs. So far we have 4 Lolitas. Another Le Mega Ukulele. I'm sorry, my boys are in a Minions kick, and yeah, I sometimes find myself talking in in the Minions language. So this is Lolita Ladybug. She is made in Bernat blanket. This is the color Twilight. And this is Color Story Dreamland in Cosmos. And I did the spots in Parfait Chunky Bright Pink. The eyes are my own. These are called Radioactive. They're part of the Neons collection. And just like, look at her. Like, I can't even. Look at how big they are. So far we have 5 Lolitas. I told you I made multiples of the pattern, and I did. The last Lolita that I made was this like OG Ladybug OG Ladybug colors. I used Espresso and Ruby to make her. The eyes are Galaxy. Let me get that fluff out. The eyes are called Galaxy. Just look at them. Like, I love them. I love my own pattern. I also started another Lolita, but I had to like force myself to not make her yet because I was at the time working on different patterns and I kind of didn't want to get distracted. I was also trying to finish a couple of pattern tests, but now that I have a bit of time, maybe you'll see her in the Everything I Made in February video, because here's a behind the scenes idea. Well, not truly behind the scenes. It's not like top secret or anything, because I have mentioned it in my previous videos that I'm in a bug making kick. So it all started off with Bonita Butterfly. And then I kind of got the idea to base some of my other bugs from her. And now we got Lolita Ladybug. There's a lightning bug or a firefly coming down the pipeline. We're also going to get a bee. Yes, I know bees. Everybody knows how to make a bee, but the idea I have in my mind is going to be different. Kind of like, let's try and think of this in bee form. And I do have a couple of other bugs in mind to add. I am not, and I stress this, I'm not a bug person. But for some reason, I just love making these bugs. And I have to thank Lolita Ladybug for... This is not Lolita Ladybug, this is Bonita Butterfly. And I have to thank her for the inspiration. Now, this pattern, along with Odysseus the Caterpillar, Bonita Butterfly and Odysseus Caterpillar were released for free on my Instagram. The caterpillar was designed by Charlotte's Craft Creations, and I designed Bonita Butterfly. The eyes that they're sporting, these are meadow. I love these. Kind of wish if I could find more of like the same flecks in different colors to make them, because we have little flower glitters along with like different sized blue and green circles in them. I love these. So they were the inspiration for making the Lolita Ladybugs. We're almost done. I made this flamingo as a pattern test for Crochet Creations by Haley, and this is her Phoebe the Flamingo pattern. And I used a mixture of pinks from Parfait Chunky, and just like, look at that tail. It's wow. The eyes, these are the flamingo, kind of fitting, right? Flamingo safety eyes from my Neons collection. I made a bunny. This pattern is by Woolly Tunes. Surprise, surprise. And I wanted to go with like big bold colors, so I used this honey bunny candy color in like this dark purple. Is this honey bunny or is it... I think it's honey bunny. If it's not honey bunny, it's Parfait Chunky candy palm. It'll be linked. And then I added this splash of pink, and the eyes are Orange Burst by me. You can't tell that I'm having a lot of fun mixing and matching colors to my own eyes. It's another thing I made, and this pattern was revamped and released earlier this month. This is Amy Axolotl, and I made her with Premier Parfait Chunky and Eggplant, and I used Lion Brand Feels Like Bliss. Yes, Feels Like Bliss. I double stranded it to create her little frills. And the eyes are by 3J's Handcrafts. They're just gorgeous. The other thing I made, and I just can't get over it, I made a chunky chicken. And this was part of my Get It Made challenge, because yours truly made good use of the year-end sales, you know, Cyber Monday, Black Friday pattern sales, and I did add a few more patterns into my yet to be made pile. And I pulled one out, and it was this one. The designer will be linked down below. Now, in order to make her, I wanted to use the little balls of yarn that I had in my stash from all those holiday presents that I made. So that's why it kind of looks like she got some pants, but it's because I ran out of the bubblegum pink, no, ballet pink color, and I had to give her some pants. But look, I love her. The eyes are from Kyoko Makes. Another mega ukulele that I made is a baby seal, and I think I took the baby seal thing quite literally, because she's almost the size of a baby. Yeah, this is Suki, the baby seal. The eyes are felt eyes from Sweet Brie Creations, and the yarn is Lomere Crafts yarn, blanket yarn in the color mint. And just like, I mean, she's big. She's so huggable as well. So after I've shown you this, we would have reached the end of all the plushies I made in January. And then I'll show you some other things that I made that aren't plushies. And I made this is Rye the Rabbit, and it's one of the patterns from Mama Made Minis from their book, Knotted Lovies. And I just can't get over it. I want to make a few more for sure, because how they wrote out the pattern, how it looks, I mean, and this was a first in times two. It was my first ever Mama Made Minis pattern that I made, and then my first ever time I embroidered the eyes. Like, what? Like, and the reason I embroidered the eyes is because I'm gonna gift this to my just born niece. The other thing I made, well, I didn't make it in January, I finished it in January, is the blanket pattern. Not the blanket pattern. I wish I would have finished a blanket pattern. Not yet. It's the Brayburn blanket that I started back in July and finally finished it in January. It doesn't take a long time. It's a really easy pattern to memorize. The fact that I used an 8mm crochet hook with some chunky yarn, it built up pretty fast. I just kept putting it off. And putting it off and putting it off until I finally finished it. The other thing that I've been making on repeat is my Simplicity coaster. It started out like this, and it's still the same, but this is like the first one I made. Then I made these in different green tones, and then I made another one. I still have to weave in the ends, but it's done. It's done. And I also made a placemat of it. So the pattern comes like the original, like the intent for the pattern was to make kind of like a candle coaster, so that when I was burning my candles really really close to the bottom, the surface they were on wasn't going to get damaged. But the pattern can be adapted to make a candle coaster, a regular coaster, and a placemat. So, and the fact that these, I can crack one of these out in 10 minutes. It's really fast to make. I double-stranded cotton yarn, and I used a 7mm crochet hook. The reason for that, yes, it's to help it build quickly, but it's also to provide extra insulation, if you will, so that your surfaces don't get scratched. And it gives it like a little bit of a cushiony feel. Plus, I don't know if it's just me, but especially with like the coaster, I kind of fiddle with it because the texture does allow for that. And depending on what yarns you use, like this one, it almost made like that starburst look to it. And I love it. This is actually the back side, but it's so pretty as well as like the front side. I lost count how many plushies I made or how many things I made, but as I'm putting them back where they go, I will count them up and we'll see. All told, these are 19. I showed you only 18 because I forgot to add in the loaf dog that I made earlier in the month. So 19 plushies and 6 coasters so far, plus the blanket, which I finished. A lot of things, a lot of things. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I just love these videos because not only is it a way for me to see like how many things I've made in a month, but just also all the different things. It's not all the same pattern, although yes, we did have 6 different Lolitas, but still. Anywho, that's the end of today's video. I'll see you back soon in the next one, and till then, bye.